Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.
Wake your ass up, fool. John J. and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? John J. and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lashley. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to John J. and Rich. Wake your ass up.
104.7 KISS FM, John J. and Rich. It's Friday, you guys. The last day of January. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. You can text our show. Text JJR and your message to 96893. Start off by talking to George. What's up, George? Thanks for holding.
Hey, how you doing?
I understand you have a crazy confession.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, right before me and my wife got married, me and her mother actually had a wild, crazy night.
Stop.
How did that happen?
Yeah. We were actually out at the club just hanging out, and, you know, my wife got a little, well, before she was my wife, she got a little too drunk, and then we kind of just took the party back to the house, and one thing led to another, and we ended up having a crazy night.
That's one thing led to another. Yeah, you gotta, because that doesn't happen like one thing led to it. Like, what happened?
Like, you and the mom had to have been flirty before. I mean, this doesn't, not out of nowhere, you just hook up with your girlfriend's mom.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were just always cool like that, and yeah, I'm just a natural flirt, I guess, and
Okay.
I don't know.
So your girlfriend passes out, and you and the mom do it right there? Do you go upstairs in the bedroom? What do you do?
We went to her room.
And then you tear it up, and then you wake up? You spend the night in the bed?
Yeah, I did. Woke up and then left.
Okay. Does your girlfriend know?
No, she doesn't.
So now she's your wife, and how long have you been married?
7 years.
And have you and the mom hooked up ever since?
Nope.
Do you guys ever talk about it? Do you look at each other? Do you make a little like, something like that, or no?
We just act like nothing never happened.
That's the only way.
That's a great story.
It's just too much.
Were you guys intoxicated? Like, does she remember?
She remembers. I didn't really remember too much until like a couple of days later. She's like, "Do you remember?" And I was like, "Not really."
Oh my God!
Who made the first move?
About it. I believe I did.
The whole crazy thing about this though is like you say that you went to a room and like I don't know. I feel like the parents' room is forbidden. Like you're not supposed to go in the parent room. And you went in there and you hooked up with her.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's a great confession, George.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, love you guys.
Love you too, brother. I remember in college, there was this girl I had a crush on. I had a crush on in high school, but in college we connected, and it was awesome. And then many years later, like I saw her at a function, and I was talking to her, and I was like, I can't remember how it came up, and she was like, "What?" Like she doesn't remember.
Oh my God!
So best night of your life.
Like, it wasn't the best night of my life. I was just so excited that this had happened.
Yeah.
And she's like, because then I found out later she'd done 4 or 5 stints in rehab, and she had all kinds of. So I think I was one of those flings that happened while she should have been in rehab. It was good for me though.
Yeah.
But I felt terrible because I thought it was magical.
We really had a connection.
Okay, so listen, it's Friday, and you got the Super Bowl is next week or the week after?
Next week.
Next week. So I've put together a little game for Friday, right? So who's playing in the Super Bowl, Kyle?
The Chiefs and the Eagles.
The who?
The Chiefs and the Eagles.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Are they a bird?
Yeah.
The Eagles are birds.
They are.
Oh, good. It's Friday. I've got a game for you.
It's Friday and John just got a game for you.
Here is a quick trivia game of other birds. This is bird trivia. Peyton, Batman's sidekick.
Robin.
Yes. Kyle, this is the bird you flip when you're in traffic or experience road rage.
The middle finger.
Yes. Rich, this NBA legend, known as the Hick from French Lick, played for the Boston Celtics and is considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Larry Bird.
Yes, Rich. This giant live bird is Peter Griffin's longtime nemesis, often engaging in lengthy fight scenes.
Is it an ostrich?
No, the chicken.
Oh, the chicken.
The chicken. Peyton, this Looney Tune bird is always running away from Wile E. Coyote.
Tweety bird.
No. Kyle?
The Roadrunner.
Yes. Roadrunner. If he catches you, you're through. Kyle, the name of these 3 identical mischievous nephews of Donald Duck.
Oh, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yes. Rich, this character is the mascot of Fruit Loops cereal and is known for his colorful beak.
Toucan Sam.
Yes. Peyton, the First Lady of the United States from 1963 to 1969 was married to President Lyndon B. Johnson.
Birdie.
Close. Kyle, do you know?
Birdie.
Rich, do you know?
Lady Bird Johnson.
Lady Bird Johnson. Kyle, Americans traditionally eat this bird on Thanksgiving.
Turkey.
Yes. Peyton, Big Yellow Bird from Sesame Street.
Big bird.
Rich, this 1963 song by the Trashmen features the lyrics, everybody's heard about the bird and became famous again after being featured in Family Guy.
Surfing bird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peyton, this little yellow bird from Looney Tunes.
Tweety bird.
Yes. Kyle, this type of bird is the mascot for the football team in Baltimore.
Ravens.
Yes. Rich, this was the bird, the seagull in Little Mermaid.
Oh, this bird had a name?
Ooh, you guys all watch
Quackers?
Peyton,
Come
yeah, what
on,
do you got, Peyton?
Scuttle.
Kyle, little yellow bird from Peanuts. He's Snoopy's friend.
Woodstock.
Yes, Rich, this snowy owl serves as Harry Potter's loyal companion.
It's like Hegsworth, something with an H. Am I close?
Hedwig.
Hedwig.
You got
Kyle.
the H.
Mickey Mouse's duck friend.
Donald Duck.
Peyton, Bugs Bunny's duck friend.
Daffy Duck.
Yes, Rich, bird name for the Avenger who's going to be the new Captain America.
The bird name.
Peyton.
Peyton.
The hawk.
No.
I was going to say it's like Hawkeye, ain't it?
No. Falcon.
Falcon.
Kyle, a once popular app where you throw birds named Bomb, Red, Terrence, Bubbles, Chuck, Hal, Matilda, Stella, and Mighty Eagle.
Angry Birds.
Yes. Rich, let me try this again. Harry Potter's snowy owl.
Hedwig.
Yes.
Woohoo!
I have a really, really, really hard one, I think. Wisecracking parrot from Aladdin.
Oh, Peyton.
Yes.
Yaga.
Yes. Very good. And that's my fun Friday bird game.
It's Friday and John just got a game for you.
You've got questions, and we have 4 unqualified people to give you answers. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Got one of 3 things we need to know.
Tragically, everyone on board the passenger jet and Black Hawk military helicopter that collided near Reagan National Airport lost their lives in what they're calling the deadliest air disaster in the United States since 2001. 67 people. Now listen to this. This is crazy. Just 24 hours before this crash, another American Airlines flight had to abort their landing due to a helicopter crossing in its flight path at the same airport. Turns out at the time of the crash, there was only one air traffic controller doing the job of 2 staffers, although the National Transportation Safety Board says it's just too early to tell whether it was human or mechanical error that was at fault for the disaster. Obviously, they're going to have to keep investigating. Now, 29 people lost their lives in the California wildfires. Countless people lost their homes, and last night, the big Fire Aid concert featuring musical acts, first responders, and those who've lost everything came together to raise money for the victims of the fires. From Billie Eilish on stage with Green Day, Olivia Rodrigo, Katy Perry, No Doubt, Gaga, and more. I mean, the lineup was so extensive, the concert had to be held in 2 separate arenas. You could see it basically on all the streaming platforms and on our iHeartRadio app. You can still actually get the Fire Aid playlist on our app. Turns out they raised $60 million leading up to the show. And then Los Angeles Clippers owner Steve Ballmer and his wife Connie pledged to match all the donations made during the live broadcast. That means that U2's $1 million donation was worth twice that amount. Now, all the proceeds are going to those affected. This is kind of cool. The first of its kind AI-powered hotel is coming to Vegas. The Autonomous Hotel is set to open this summer. Each room is powered by AI and personalized for everyone who stays. So they start with a digital check-in. They have an e-butler, and they say your stay will be customized to make you feel at home. And if you're creeped out by the AI, don't worry. The hotel has people in all the positions that a normal hotel would. And if you don't like the technology, you can just shut it off, opt out, and stay as if it were a traditional hotel. The Autonomous Hotel is going to start taking reservations this coming Monday for this summer. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Time for horoscopes. Peyton, what's the vibe today?
Earlier this week, Katy Perry announced her upcoming tour, the Lifetimes Tour. So I'm going to tell you the Katy Perry song that matches your vibe. And if it's your birthday today, it is Aquarius season. So you are an Aquarius and you share a birthday with Justin Timberlake.
Ooh, okay. Good morning, Cheryl. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm a Virgo.
Ooh, just like John J. Okay, Virgos, the Katy Perry song for you is Hot and Cold.
'Cause you're hot and you're cold. You're yes, then you're no. You're in and you're out. You're up and you're down. You're wrong.
Love this song. Virgo, there's a little bit of an emotional turbulence this week for you. And Hot and Cold reflects your inner conflict and the need to find balance. So take a step back and reevaluate what you truly want. Focus on your goals and make sure that you're not being pulled in too many directions.
Hey, that's a good reading. And to be honest with you, it does sound very relevant to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel hot and cold. I also feel bipolar. Same.
I don't know if that's what that is.
That's not what that means? I think that's what it means. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had called in 5 minutes, you would have gotten a totally different me for sure.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Cheryl. Have a great day.
You're welcome. You as well. Bye.
Hi, Carly. What's your sign?
Hi, I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, Sagittarius, the Katy Perry song for you is Waking Up in Vegas. Yeah, Sagittarius, life is an adventure for you and you are ready to take risks. Waking up in Vegas represents the thrill and the excitement that you have. So whether it's a wild decision or a new journey, right now is the time to take a leap of faith and see where it leads you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Jasmine, hello.
Hello.
What's your sign?
I'm Pisces, like Rich.
Yes, Pisces like Rich. Well, the Katy Perry song for you guys is Firework. Yeah, my Pisces, you are bursting with creativity and emotion this week, and Firework represents the explosion of your inner beauty and expression. So let your feelings flow and be open to the magic around you. Trust that your dreams and talents are leading you towards something amazing this week.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jasmine. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
How about for Kyle, the Libra of the group?
Yeah, Kyle, our Libra of the group. The song for you is E.T. Feeling out of this world right now, E.T. reflects your desire to connect with something beyond the ordinary. This is a time to explore new ideas, philosophies, or relationships that push you to expand your horizons. So don't be afraid to embrace the unknown this week.
I love that. Okay, that's a good song, too.
Yeah.
Mario, what's your sign?
Yes, sir. My daughter's a Cancer.
Oh, Let's do Cancer. Yes. Okay, my Cancers, the Katy Perry song for you is Unconditionally.
Unconditional.
Kind of sounds like a Christian rock song, doesn't it?
It's a
like
pretty
church
song. I really like that song. In Cancer, for you guys, love is in the air and you're feeling more open than ever. Unconditionally speaks to your ability to love deeply without judgment. Whether you're in a nurturing relationship or finding self-care, it's time to embrace vulnerability and trust the process. So sorry to tell you, Mario, your daughter probably got a little crush out there somewhere.
All right. Well, she's old enough. I guess I can accept it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I feel like that song, I've never heard that song before, and I feel like it'd be perfect in the summertime. Is it called Air Conditioning? Air Conditioning. Air Conditioning. How about for you, for Leos?
Well, Leos, we actually are kind of on the same wave as Pisces, and the song for us is Firework. You could just... Yeah, Leo, our time to shine is now, and Firework is the anthem for the weekend. So you're ready to light up the world with your creativity and your passion and your energy. Just don't be afraid to stand out and let your unique talent shine, because the sky is the limit for us Leos right now.
All right, if we to get to your sign, they're all posted on our website at johnjaneRich.com. You want to know what Katy Perry song is you? johnjaneRich.com. I want to workshop a game, okay? Maybe someday this could be a game for us. But right now, it is a game, but I'm going to workshop it to see if it sounds good on the radio by doing it on the radio. Okay? I'm calling this game Soundiculous. Okay? I'm going to give you a name, and you have to do the sound of that thing. Okay? So it's like sound effect theater.
Okay.
Okay? Right? Rich, I know that you used to have to play this instrument. So I want you to tell me what an accordion sounds like.
That was
pretty good.
Okay.
You would know that was an accordion.
Peyton, what does a doorbell sound like?
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Kyle, what does rugby sound like?
Something like that.
Sounds like jujitsu to me.
Because, they get into little scruff.
Yeah.
Little thing.
Sure.
Little,
yeah.
Peyton, what does a kangaroo sound like?
Boing, 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 boing.
Do you think a kangaroo sounds like that? You go to
Have
Australia.
you ever heard a kangaroo?
Yeah.
I don't know a kangaroo noise.
That's the point, to try to get creative to come up with a noise.
That's how I think that
I don't
kangaroos
think
sound.
Can you imagine trying to sleep out in Australia, hearing boing, 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 boing all over the
I
house?
feel
It's
like, I'm going to give Peyton a little credit, because every cartoon I've ever seen with a kangaroo, they boing.
Thank you.
Kyle, what does a zombie sound like?
Is he pooping?
That's pretty good. That's very Walking Dead. Very Walking Dead. Rich, what does an earthquake sound like?
Ooh.
Okay. Peyton, what does giving birth sound like?
Truth. I've heard that once or twice.
Kyle, what does a hamster sound like?
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Rich, what does horse racing sound like? Peyton, what does scuba diving sound like? Kyle, what does a boat sound like?
Let me think of what type of boat. Because sailboat would be, right? And big ship would be like, oh. And the speedboat would be like,
very good. Rich, what's Pac-Man sound like?
Oh, I'm doing Mario, aren't
yeah.
I?
I was like, wait a second.
Pac-Man.
Different game.
Waka, 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 waka.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Peyton, what does golf sound like?
4.
Kyle, what does a harp sound like? Rich, what does sucking sound like?
Just listen to the first hour of our show.
You win! Listen to this bit. All right. Hey, and that's the Sound Delicious game, Soundiculous. Just testing it out.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
Okay, real talk. We're all kind of hooked on our phones. It's full of shiny apps designed to keep your attention captive forever. But there's real-life stuff to do other than scrolling, and I'm here to help. I'm Christina Quinn, the host of Try This, a podcast from The Washington Post. The show explores solutions for life's common problems. And this season, we're learning to tame the dopamine beast and reclaim our attention in this noisy and distracting world. So let's tame the beast together. Find Try This from The Washington Post wherever you listen.
It's the John, Jay, and Rich radio program. 2 names, 4 hosts,
and a whole lot of fun.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Time for Stacks and Hacks. I go for stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. A website called Holler put together a list of artists that could and maybe should go country in 2025. If I say that to you, is there anything that pops to your mind of any artist that could go country in 2025?
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus is number 1.
Oh, wow. Good job, Peyton. Yeah, she could totally pull that off.
She's like a total country girl.
Yeah.
She's got that Dolly Parton influence.
She's from Tennessee, I think,
I mean,
right?
her dad at one point was one of the biggest country stars in the world, so you think that.
And I mean, like, Miley Cyrus, that was like country artist, and then you throw in Hannah Montana, and that's what made her pop.
Okay, number 10 is Kelly Clarkson on that list, which I could see that too.
That makes
she
sense.
She just could do anything. Tate McRae is on that list. Ed Sheeran. Creed.
Okay.
Maybe to the tune of Higher. We call it Can You Take Me Hunting?
Can you take me hunting? Yeah, that works.
Dua Lipa is on there. Pink is on there. Sabrina Carpenter. Teddy Swims. He's got that mashup with Thomas Rhett. That was really good. And Chappell Roan, number 2.
I can see Sabrina Carpenter going a little country. She has one song on her newest album called Slim Pickens, and it is so country twang.
She did that on SNL.
Yeah, I actually really love that song.
You know, Justin Timberlake was pretty close with the Chris Stapleton song.
That's
just
true.
Like it just didn't really fully go there. It was kind of like in the middle somewhere. He could go country.
When was the last time any of you guys, Kyle, Peyton, Rich, ate at a McDonald's?
Like last week.
Last week? Okay.
Yeah, I would say probably a couple months ago.
According to Business Insider, 85% of Americans eat at McDonald's at least once a year. Now, is there anything healthy to eat there? By the way, I love McDonald's.
So good.
Here are the healthiest menu items you can order at McDonald's. There are healthy things. A vanilla cone. It has 5 grams of protein, 15% of your daily calcium. A McCafe, how do you say it? McCafe? Americano.
McCafe, like it's coffee.
McCafe Americano. It's a caffeine fix with 0 grams of sugar. A hamburger. It has healthier nutritional makeup compared to other burgers. And then there's the McCrispy, which is fried chicken. It isn't ideal, but it's only 470 calories, and it comes with 26 grams of protein. The Egg McMuffin is number 2. It has 310 calories, 17 grams of protein. And apple slices. That's number 1. The healthiest thing
that makes
apple
sense.
slices.
I remember when McDonald's used to put the little caramel sauce with the apple slices. They need to bring that back.
Yum, yeah.
All right, it's Friday, and people online, this is a fun thing to talk about. They're talking about which body parts would be the least licked.
Ew.
Feet.
Ear.
A lot of people are saying the first thing that comes to mind probably should be on this list, but let's know. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. What did you say, Peyton? Ear?
Mm-hmm.
Inside the ear is number 11.
Gross.
So gross.
Number 12 is the nape hairline. The hairline at the back of the neck.
Why would you?
These are the least likely. That's what I'm saying. Think
Your
about
nose. Your nose. No one wants boogies in their mouth.
Nose, let's see.
Got to be on there.
Number 10 is ankle. Number 9 is fingernail. Least likely places to lick. Tricep. Who said nose?
Me.
Kyle.
Inside the nostril is
Yeah,
number
that's
7.
what she said, yeah.
And it's only number 7.
Number 7. Number 6 is elbows, which is funny because my kids went through a phase where they would lick your elbow.
Yeah, and you wouldn't
feel
know.
it. You wouldn't feel it. They would do it at dinner all the time, and it was so weird.
I did that one time, and the person's elbow I licked was all ashy, and it cut my tongue. And I was not here
cut
for
your
it.
tongue?
Gross.
Well, that is
I might be being drama with the cut my tongue, but it felt that way. It was
The
gross.
least licked body part. Tonsils is number 5. The front of the knee is number 4. The back of the knee, which is called the knee pit, Number 2 least licked body part is the scalp. And the number 1 least licked body part, which is probably the true winner here, is underneath the eyelid.
Yeah.
How do you get to that one?
That would, ew.
Sounds kind of gross.
I know.
Licking in general grosses me
Yeah,
out.
same.
Rich, what do you have for life hacks?
Have you ever noticed the people that seem to live the longest are kind of grumpy? It's because sarcasm isn't just wildly entertaining. It's actually really good for you. So in this room, I feel like, John Jay, you might live forever. Studies show that using sarcasm increases oxygen flow to your brain, which helps your mind stay super sharp and stops you from overthinking everything. Sarcasm is also looked as the most creative way to problem solve. You totally got this. You're going to live forever.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations. And Kyle, stop being so half glass full.
Why?
It's going to kill you. You got to be more sarcastic. So light up the sarcasm. And if you want to know how, check out our website, johnjayandrich.com.
Yeah, if that last segment offended you, I am really, really sorry. Please email our management at yourmom@iheartradio.yourmom.com. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
So, we do Second Date Update every Tuesday, and we always hear excuses of why someone's bailing out on somebody else. And there's been some weird reasons why people don't go on a second date. And then I saw this list of hobbies, that real hobbies that people do. And one of them on this list was something that came up on a Second Date Update. So I thought, I'll go around the room and I'll give you the hobby, and we discuss whether they are dating deal breakers. Okay. Now, for example, a doll collector. Right? I think that came up with Second Update where there was a bunch of dolls in a room. Mm-hmm. So this is a guy. He has a room filled with antique porcelain dolls that he talks to sometimes. Is it creepy or quirky?
Creepy.
Right.
Talking to them? I know. Whoa. Like, there's one thing you could be like, they were my grandma's, I inherited them. But to be like, hello, darling.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Okay. Deal breaker or not, taxidermy enthusiast. She found out he spends his weekend stuffing dead animals and proudly displays them in his living room.
Creepy because he's an enthusiast. If you that's weird to me.
Is it a deal breaker?
I would say red flag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
maybe
don't
not
think
deal
deal breaker.
breaker. Like enter with caution.
Yeah.
So Kadeem starts stuffing animals and put them in your living room?
Yeah. Well, we've been together for 5 years, so if he decides to start stuffing animals now, yeah, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, because then also, like, on the flip side of that, you don't know. It's like, did that run in his family?
Right.
And that's like his thing from his grandpa, passed down to his dad, passed down to him. Because then you could go, okay, I could kind of see why you're so excited about it.
This is a real hobby. Extreme couponer. The story is she discovered he spends hours clipping coupons and has a basement full of canned goods he got for free.
Yep. Sign me up. Thank you. We can save $1 over here.
Oh, so you're into it.
I'm into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Snake breeder. He casually mentioned on his date that he has 12 snakes in his house and breeds them to sell online.
I'm going to pass on that one.
To sell them online?
Because
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, but
I'm
then
all
one
about
day
the
you're
money
sleeping,
right now. It's
you're in
expensive.
bed lying, and also you feel stuff. A couple snakes got out.
No,
Immediately no.
It would have to have its own room, and I would be okay with it if it was bringing in money and paying for rent.
Ghost hunter. He carries ghost hunting equipment and claims to have made contact with spirits.
Nope.
Deal breaker or adventurous?
Deal breaker for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't need those spirits in my life. Mm-mm.
Like what spirits are attaching to him that are then going to probably come creep on you?
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah,
Going
and then
on
when
an
a
adventure.
spirit actually maybe has a thing for your man, and now they're coming for you.
Oh yeah, no
Pass.
no thanks.
Oh, like a ghost side piece?
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that's not good.
Competitive eating. This came up on Second Date Update too. She realized he's training to break a hot dog eating world record. Impressive or gross?
I would say impressive.
I think
I'm okay
that's
with that.
I think that's gross, and that's a new feeling that I have because I watched Nick do a bratwurst eating competition, and I was repulsed by him, disgusted. So I don't think I could do it.
Well, but poor Nick.
It's true, and I told him that as he was shoving down the glizzy. I was like, "This is disgusting."
Didn't you do it too?
Yeah, I had one, and I ate it like a lady.
Well, why would you eat it like a lady when you're in a hot dog eating contest?
I knew I was going to lose. I knew I was going to lose. He was literally dunking everything in water and just sludging it down. It was so gross.
He's trying to win.
It was so gross, so no.
Okay, no. Okay, let me throw one more your way. This is a true story. This is a real hobby. He's a moth collector. He showed her his framed collection of moths and enthusiastically described their species. Is it unique or unsettling?
I mean, I think it's kind of odd, but I don't know if that's a deal breaker.
I think it's kind of unique. Have you guys ever been to that butterfly wonderland?
Yeah, it's
over
a little
here?
weird.
They do like a cool little thing on butterflies and moths, and I think it's interesting.
I only think of the moth for some reason. It's on the poster of
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, because they were finding moths in the dead bodies.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like,
I think I'd have to be out.
That's unsettling for me.
I think they're pretty.
I think for guys, when you go over all these, like for the women, like we just went around the room and you were very open about what was a deal breaker. For a guy, I think he'd be like, well, how hot is she?
Yeah, that's true.
I could deal with a moth collector.
Sure. Coupons, great. You're saving me money. Snakes, cool.
It took me a second to register that you said, how hot is she? Because at first I thought you said, ha ha, is she?
Ha is she? I question her hobby. Anyway,
so dumb.
I got a whole bunch of these that are true. We'll go around the room again, maybe Monday, maybe next week. Who knows? And if you've got one, shoot us a text. Text JJR and whatever the hobby is that was a deal breaker for you. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
You come for the John, Jay, and Rich, but let's be honest. You stay for Kyle and Peyton. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jay, and Rich. Hi, Ray.
Hey.
Hey, you're on the air, man. Thanks for holding.
Oh, no problem.
So what's up?
Yeah, I was just, okay, so every time I go to my girl's place, right, she leaves her diary on the table, on the coffee table, and not closed, not tucked away or anything. It's just like literally wide open, left and open with a pen sticking out of it, just sitting there like a trap. So it's like without fail, she leaves the room. And she's either in the shower for like 30 minutes, she's either like taking some important phone call, and I swear she's just like testing me, and I don't know. It's then does she want me to read it, or is she just you know, I
didn't think about the test, but that's good.
No, she's definitely testing you. There's a secret hidden camera somewhere in there. You read that thing, you're done.
Yep.
Obviously, you passed because it's still out on the table, so you haven't taken the bait.
What a tempting thing, though.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just feel like either way, it's a total mind game, because I feel I haven't touched it. I mean, the temptation's real, though. Part of me wants to grab a pen and just write, FYI, I didn't read this while you were gone, just to see how she reacts.
I think you should take a red marker and highlight her errors, her misspelling.
Her grammar
You're
errors.
like, oh man, this is bad. Oh, is that not what you wanted me to do?
Did you mean breath or breathe here? I can't tell. Well, we got two official females who probably both have had diaries.
Official. Were you born that way?
So I'm wondering, is there any part of this girl that doesn't care if he reads it or not and is just leaving it on the table because she is an open book?
Wow.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. Or maybe she's like literally writing nice things about you.
Right. Like what is she? Does she write in the diary when you're around? Is she like writing and then looking up at you and then writing again? Or like, what's her vibe when it comes to the diary?
Sometimes it seems as if she's just looking to see if I'm looking at her, while she's writing. So I don't know if it's that she's anticipating that I'm trying to see what she's writing, or if she's just trying to be cautious. But honestly, I'm not sure whether to bring it up or keep playing it cool. But at this point, the diary's in the relationship more than I am.
If she's writing in it when you're there, could you misunderstand your relationship? Could she be your therapist? like, I can't see, like, you're writing when someone's there, like if you're sitting there watching TV and then you say something, she goes, I'll be right back. And then she starts writing, looking at you. You're like, that doesn't seem right.
No, I could see that, because like if you guys, if you're in a serious relationship and there's a lot of downtime, you just are yourself. I feel like I remember, like I used to journal a lot.
I remember.
I haven't in a very long time. I just don't feel like I have time for it, but it was a very good outlet for me. But I do remember being in a relationship and knowing my boyfriend was going to go through it and writing nice things on purpose. Ooh, I had a date. It was so great. I love when he's thoughtful and like dropping hints.
We used to read Kyle's diary on the air, Peyton.
Really?
That's true. I brought a bunch of them in.
She brought a bunch of them.
Are you
And so we'd
serious?
take snippets on read. I was like obsessed. It was so fascinating, especially because she wrote like
From
dialogue.
8th grade and like
No, not the one at the cooking event when he yelled at you for you slept with Adam Levine. I did not sleep with Adam Levine. And you go back quote unquote. I remember that it was yesterday.
I want to hear.
We were broken up. We were on a break. Yeah, but doesn't mean you could sleep with Adam Levine. We were on a break. And like there's like a cooking festival going on.
Oh my God.
I want to hear these. I need to hear.
Where are they? Where are the diaries?
I actually don't. I don't know where they were. I mean, I would bring them in again.
They're epic.
They're
Oh my
in a box somewhere in our house.
I only wrote in like one diary when I was younger. I was probably like in the 6th or 7th grade, and I only wrote one journal entry, and it was about my now current best friend, about how much I hated her and how much I disliked her and how much I didn't like playing basketball against her and how mean she was.
But I bet you that was such a good outlet for you emotionally, just to like write it on paper and let it go.
And now we connect about it because we both used to write mean things about each other in our diaries.
My father told me to get a journal and start writing. So when I was 12, I started writing a journal, and I decided to give my journal a name, and the journal's name was Jake.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I was like, Dear Jake, and I would tell a story on whatever.
That's trippy.
But the first thing I said in the diary was like, if anybody ever finds this diary and you turn it into a movie, here's who I'd like to play me.
Who did you pick?
C. Thomas Howell. He was Pony Boy in The Outsiders.
Boy was good looking in that.
I was like, if you, like, I picture someone finding like the Diary of Anne Frank, and then be like, we'll turn this into a movie. What's it called? A Boring Life of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. Quick, get C. Thomas Howell on the phone.
So funny.
Ray, I wouldn't read her diary.
No, Ray, don't read it.
Don't do it.
Don't read it.
You can ask her about it, but don't read it.
We're all unanimous on that one.
Yeah, we're all anonymous. All right, Ray. Have a great day.
You too.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
I'm so glad you're here. As the person who currently occupies your attention, I would like to thank you for listening to John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jay, and Rich. Megan, thank you so much for holding.
Hi.
Megan sent us a text about something really, really embarrassing. And when she tells the story, you guys have to put yourself in her shoes. Right, Megan?
Right.
What happened?
So I have like a side gig in the mornings before my big girl job. I work at Orange Theory at the front desk. And I've been there every day this week in the mornings, like really early. And I think I'm getting too comfortable because I went to go use the restroom. And I was finished, and I was washing my hands, and I looked over, and I realized I didn't shut the door. I got home.
Was anyone else in there?
No, so it's just like a one bathroom thing where you just close the door, and it's just you and like the toilet. But thank God no one came around the corner.
Right, but like people were in the gym at the time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
You imagine you're sitting there. Hey, oh my God.
Yeah, how quick does the panic set in once you realize you just did everything with the door open?
Well, I was like pants up at that time, so I was fine, but I just started cracking up, and one of the coaches was like, what is so funny? And so I had to tell her.
So you're going to be like, what are all you people doing in my house? You know, sometimes I've caught myself when I'm walking down the hallway to go to the bathroom. Sometimes I've like started to disrobe before I get into the bathroom. And I've stopped myself like, oh my God, I'm like halfway, pants like are unbuttoned, and I'm starting to pull my under, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't even turned the corner yet to go in the door. Oh my goodness. Like, oh my God, so I've stopped myself doing that. That'd be embarrassing. Well, thank you, Megan. Thanks for sharing that story with us.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. 877-937-1047. Maybe you have, was it an embarrassing story? A work story? What do you guys think? Where should we go with this?
It could be anything.
Should we go somewhere with it, Kyle?
Let's just hear embarrassing stories.
Just embarrassing stories?
In general. What you know.
Do you have one?
I've been trying to avoid this. I can't believe I didn't tell you guys this. But when a couple months ago at Love Pup Family Fest, I accidentally punched our boss in the face. Screaming and jumping for the Rich Bear Band, and I was mortified. I wanted to die. I was like, oh my
Did you
God.
make like actual hard contact?
I made contact for sure. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I just ran away like it didn't happen.
There were like two things embarrassing in your story. You punched our boss in the face, and you're screaming and jumping for the Rich Bear Band.
We had
what the hell's wrong with you?
Rich Bear Band shirts on. We had to show it. Yeah. But it was very embarrassing, and I haven't brought it up to him, and I haven't brought it up
You
to
mean after you hit hit him? You never said, oh my God, I'm so sorry, so
I
sorry.
did. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my gosh, I got you good. And he was like, and then walked.
877-937-1047. It's John Jay and Rich.
Oh, cool. Your scanner stopped. It's John Jay and Rich.
Hi, Kelly. You have an embarrassing story for us?
Yes, I do.
What happened?
It's so embarrassing I almost can't even tell it. Okay. It was like one of my very first days at college. So I'm at, a little community college class. I just, you just think you're awesome when you start school. So I'm sitting in this class. It was like some kind of like little small music class. Someone next to me farted this huge fart. I was so mortified for them that I turned beet red, so everyone thought it was me. And I was like, what do I do now? Right? It's like, why else would I be embarrassed? That is ridiculous.
That is so funny.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, obviously you can't do anything about, just being mortified. So I was like, oh my God, don't make eye contact with anyone. I remember it like it was yesterday, and this must have been 20-something years ago. Awful.
Have you seen the videos going viral right now, the people on the airplane where somebody had gas and the plane stunk so bad, everyone's got their shirt over their nose?
No, and that's like, I would just never toot in public. It's just not my thing. But,
same.
I was like, what do I do?
Don't say same,
Anyway.
John Jay. You've
You are
crop
not
dusted
same.
me several times.
You let him flow.
You have to let it
Every day.
out. Doctors say you got to let it out. It's healthy. It's good for you. Well, thank you, Kelly.
It
Thanks.
is healthy,
It
but
is.
there are times.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
Hey, you too.
Bye.
For sure.
Stop just yelling at the radio. Call us. 877-937-1047. It's John Jay and Rich.
Good morning, Faydra. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, hi guys. All right. So I'm having a baby in a few weeks, and my husband told me he doesn't want my mom or sister in the delivery room. And I get that. They can be a lot, my family, but also they're my family, So he's saying he just wants it to be about us, the two of us, and doesn't want them ruining the vibe, which it's fair. But now, because of this, I'm just stuck in the middle. And my mom's definitely going to take it personally. That's the thing. And my sister, she's the type to show up anyway and insert herself like she does with everything. So I'm not trying to make this a whole thing. It's really stressful, but I also don't want to deal with the drama right before I'm about to give birth. I'm trying to stay calm over here. It's just a mess, and I really don't know what to do. So that's why I'm calling.
Is your husband's concerns about your mom and your sister for you, or because he doesn't like them?
I think it's both. I think he keeps saying it's about us, and he wants it to be about us, and it is about me too, because he knows that I can get triggered by their energy at times. But I feel for the big stuff like holidays and for these life events, I want to push through and have them there because they're family. But I think he does know how it takes a toll on my system, and they annoy him in those circumstances.
Can I give you a different point of view from the dad point of view? Which it could be something it's a very emotional, as you see your child come out, whichever way it comes out. But I think maybe it could be that he's embarrassed, or he doesn't want to show this extreme vulnerable side of himself where he starts crying. If he's crying and crying and crying, and he's like, your mom and sister are staring at him, maybe they might think less of him or something. It's just very vulnerable.
Interesting.
So, he might be like, can we just make this us? I can see
interesting. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he definitely hasn't shared that with me, but maybe that's because he feels vulnerable.
Right.
Who knows?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Do you want your mom and sister there?
I do. I also do get where he's coming from, but I guess I just don't want the drama of having to deal with it. Like I said, my sister's going to push back and probably try to show up anyway. And so if she's going to show up, I want her to not to be drama reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kyle,
did you have people in the room with you when baby was born?
No, because there was only one with Addie, there was only one person allowed because it was a C-section. It was an emergency C-section. And then the other one happened at 4 or 5 in the morning. So no.
So everyone was like, forget you.
But I was in the delivery room for all my sisters when they had their kids. And it's it was a really beautiful moment that they shared, and it was never really like an issue with the husband. So
You call your sister. You call your sister when you're going to labor. You're like, "Hey, I'm going to labor," and they're like, "It's 4 a.m. Good luck."
We're good. No, but like for me, I'm kind of leaning more on the side is like, if you want your mom and sister there, you get your mom and sister there,
Right,
because they're also like, even if they do like, there's still like a form of support for you too. And it's like almost like I kind of feel like your husband just has to like understand, because
Right.
it's kind of like I feel like it's your call.
Yeah, I have a hard time, like, I guess having something to say about this. I'm 26. I don't have any kids, so I can't really relate. I wasn't there when my sister had her babies either. But like, if I put myself in your shoes immediately, at first I'm like, you can have whoever you want in that room, right? Like, that's your body, that's your thing. And then I'm kind of like, okay, well, if my boyfriend was like, I don't want your sister and your mom in the room, I would feel some type of way, but also I would understand, because my mom and sister can also be a lot, and I can relate to that. But I don't know, maybe to John Jay's point, like, I don't know how close you are with your mother-in-law, but maybe give your husband that option. Like, if you want your mom here too, then you guys can both have your mom.
That's
and then,
a lot of
and
people.
then he might be happy with that. I don't know.
Just stream it.
Stream it. Like, this is really hard for me to comment on. Like, I have no idea about this world. So
I just like don't like the position that you're put in, being in the middle, dealing with that extra stress, because like you're already dealing with kind of a lot. And if you were to say, yeah, they will stress me out, it will cause a problem, then here's what you say to your husband. You go deal with it. You tell them that I don't feel right and I want to preserve that. But like when you said you do kind of want them there, to me, I'm like, then you get to have them there. End of story.
And you're right. You don't want the stress when you're having a baby, because that can cause all kinds of issues.
Yeah, I know that.
Preeclampsia.
Yeah, it can cause.
I don't need extra stress, and I feel like, and I get. My husband, I'm really close to my family and stuff. I think he like really treasures our alone time. And I think the thing that like, if I reassure him too, that like once the baby comes, it's about him and me and the baby nesting and like really getting to be just the three of us. And then having boundaries with like, mom, sister, we'll see you on the other side when we're ready. But like, I think that might, I don't know, maybe help him wrap his head around this moment being shared.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Faydra. Thanks for coming to us. Good luck with the baby.
Yeah, it was really good feedback, you guys. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
Hey, don't tell anybody. John Jay and Rich gave me their personal cell phone number.
Where's my freaking phone?
877-937-1047. It's John Jay and Rich.
Alan has something that his wife ruined for him. Remember, we were talking about Peyton's mom ruined a movie. Alan, what did she ruin for you?
So when we were dating, I had received a call from Zales, and I was right next to her. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be on my dentist appointment. And so I didn't even think about it. She was like, who's that? I was like, oh, it's the dentist. And she's like, oh, okay. So she's like, hey, the trash needs taken out. And, I went outside. And lo and behold, she got on my phone, called that last number that I had called. And they're like, hey, Zels. And so, yeah, she actually knew I was going to propose. She just didn't know when. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, she's a secret agent. She does not like
they all
to
are
be surprised at all because. But no, her birthday was yesterday, and actually stayed home yesterday for her birthday, and so that surprised her. But yeah, from then on, I learned that she's definitely a secret agent.
So when you proposed, she said, I know, or I knew. Like, when did she tell you that she called Zales?
So like right after that, because it was about 2 weeks after I got the ring and everything that I proposed, because we had went away with her mom for the weekend in New Mexico. And she's like, yeah, I knew you were going to propose. I just didn't know when.
Man,
I'm like, what?
She ruined it she didn't trust you so much. She called the number after you said it was the dentist. She's like, I'm going to make sure that's the dentist.
She did, yep.
All right, man. That's great, Alan. Thanks for calling in, man. Thank you for listening.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. You know, I talk about the foot page quite a bit. The Kyle, it's a foot page dedicated to Kyle's feet, and my wife's feet make cameos in there, but it's 99% Kyle's feet. Because I've said to you for years, you've got great feet, right? And you've been so kind, and your husband's been so kind to let me take pictures and post. And it's turned you into, in the foot world, a massive sensation. Like, you're a big, big star in the foot world with women, with moms, with guys that have foot.
So funny. I'm like,
Kyle's
just blissfully unaware of
I know you are, and I think it's great. But there's a video. So someone goes, I saw read this article about Kyle, and it was about
article?
It was an article, but not about foot. It was about Valley Christian. You were a teacher there, or you're where you've been now, or something like that. Okay. Or maybe you're a graduate, and they sent the article. So when I clicked on it, I saw something else. I was like, what's this? And I click on this thing, and I want to play this for you. It's a video of somebody talking about you in the foot world. And I thought it was so amazing. Listen to it. It's like the video. It's like someone, you know how they do the green screen? Yeah. So it's a green screen. It's a woman talking. And in the background is a montage of Kyle's feet. And it's really well done. Yeah. But listen to what she says.
Hey, everyone. Today, I want to introduce you to someone truly unique in the social media world. Meet Kyle Unfug, also known as Unfugfeet on Instagram. She's not your typical influencer, but a talented foot model with a passion for breaking stereotypes. But here's the interesting part. Kyle didn't start off on Instagram. She actually made a name for herself as a radio personality on the Joan Jay and Rich Morning Show. Right. Talk about a transition. Now let's talk about her feet. Kyle's got the perfect size 7, 5 feet, and she's turned foot modeling into an art form. She's not just about conforming to beauty norms. She's all about embracing uniqueness and challenging those stereotypes. And speaking of uniqueness, Kyle has built an incredible community on Instagram. It's a diverse group of people who celebrate individuality and support one another. It's so much more than just foot modeling. It's about creating a positive and inclusive space. But Kyle's not just an influencer. She's still rocking it on the airwaves, juggling her dual role as a radio personality and an Instagram sensation. Talk about multitasking. In conclusion, Kyle Unfug is making a real impact in the digital world. Her journey from the airwaves to Instagram fame is inspiring, and her future prospects are looking bright. So let's celebrate Kyle and all that she's achieved. Keep shining, Kyle.
Bravo,
Meanwhile,
Kyle.
I keep losing people on my actual page.
It's wild.
Bravo.
This is like the foot version of the Princess Diary. She found out your royalty today.
I guess
We
so.
got to clap with our feet.
That's bizarre.
Right. What's funny is, as this woman's talking, there's like a montage of foot photo shoots Kyle and I have done, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, I forget that it's her. I'm like, oh, that's good. We got to do that one. And it's like, oh, we've done that one.
Now, as the photographer, are you feeling a little slighted? That
I
you
feel like I should.
I feel like you should have got all the credit.
No, I feel like
you literally run that page. You are that page.
I feel like Ben Stiller in Severance. I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm behind the scenes. I am Severance.
But he still gets credit for being the producer, right?
Yeah, that's how I need to put on there. A credit fee.
Produced by.
Anyway, I just thought I'd share it with you. Isn't that neat? Well done. Isn't that cool?
Really weird.
So thank you again for this. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
If chaos was a radio show, you're listening to it. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
I always encourage you to text us. Text JJR and whatever's on your mind to 96893. And that's what Brianna did. Hi, Brianna. Did you send us a text?
I did.
What about?
Yeah, I was texting you guys. I was listening to your podcast, and I heard this segment. I think it was from last week about the woman who said that you guys should do a whole segment on things that you now get annoyed by or don't like because of things are people that you don't like, John Jay.
Oh, yeah.
And so I texted in a couple that are things that I now don't like because of you. So the first one is when people don't immediately respond upon you guys patching them through for a segment. So i.e. horoscopes are like Brian, and it's complete silence, and they don't say anything, and then you're like, Ryan, Brandon, and it's just like always silent. And then the second one is when people ignore the immediate question and they greet you with salutations instead. So horoscopes as another example. If you're like, hey, Mark, what's your sign? And they don't say anything, they're like, good morning, how are you? Like, we don't have time, how you are. This is a segment, you've got time to get through it. Another thing is staying at events for longer than 1 hour. People who don't understand why saying Christmas wish after something unfortunate is hilarious. And number five is just people.
For me, it's people I know. People I know bother me. Yeah, people I know. Yeah, those are very good. I would agree with all of them. Oh,
there you go.
You should work here. We can get you like you could be Nick's assistant because he needs to patch people through.
Perfect.
When he says, good morning, Francine, you're on the air, you say, hey, I'm a Virgo. I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you for texting that. That's very nice of you. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Have a good day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
See, it's simple. Just text us. Text JJ on whatever you want to say to 96893.
John, Jay, and Rich.
Everybody here's had food delivery service, right?
Yeah,
Too
once or
much.
twice.
Like Uber Eats or what else is there?
Well, there's Grubhub, there's Postmates, there's DoorDash. My family uses all of them.
I've never used it at all, ever. But my
Be
wife
careful,
did.
It's a slippery slope.
My wife did when we were out of town because she was staying at a hotel near a university, and they brought it to the university, and she went to go pick it up, and it was already gone. Like, people take it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a story that I thought was interesting because this is a different point of view, I think, from the food service delivery, right? You always hear about people eating other people's food, delivered, right? So a Jersey Mike's manager named Leah reported a DoorDash driver to the service after taking a customer's food, picked up the food, and then went into the bathroom and then left to go deliver.
Gross.
Right? You don't want their...
Why would you take the food into the bathroom? Leave it in the car.
I would report that.
Right,
or leave it at the
go
counter.
To the bathroom, wash your hands.
Okay, can you hold on to this for just 1 second? I'll be right back.
Yeah. So So here, this is her reporting it, and there was a coworker of hers filming it. So I wanted to.
This is a general manager calling from Jersey Mike's. One of your dashers just took a whole order in the bathroom with him, and that's very unsanitary. I told him, and he proceeded to leave the store. We'll definitely remake it. We'll remake it for the customer. That's not the issue. I just wanted to make sure that the customer will be aware of what's going on. Long story short, y'all, I was about to leave work, but I seen a man grab the order and then go in the bathroom because I'm doing a schedule in the lobby. So I tell him something. He proceeds to just ignore what I'm saying and walk out the door. So I call DoorDash. They basically telling me that it's nothing that they could do until the person gets the food. I'm telling them, like, okay, well, you need to explain to the customer what transpired. Oh, I tried to call them. It's nothing I could do. Yeah, make sure that y'all get up and come get y'all food.
Yeah,
That's really the lesson, isn't it?
She needs a raise.
Yeah.
She needs a raise because that customer's not going to know, and that's actually disgusting.
And actually, how many times has that happened
That's
and
what I
someone
thought.
doesn't report it?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, honestly, the delivery fees and the tax fees for me are enough for me to want to get up and go get it. I don't have $10 to spare on your delivery. Sorry.
That's true.
But you add that to the mix, no, I'm definitely not ordering off those apps.
That's what I'm saying, right? You never really thought of that before.
That's gross.
Never, right?
Yeah.
I know you think
like,
about
what
them
are people doing with your food? Yeah.
You think about people driving, eating your fries when they're going to drop it off. You're going whatever. Never
Right.
thought about, they picked it up. They had to go to the bathroom real quick. Either they did it on purpose or not on purpose.
Right.
They picked the food. I'm gonna go number 2 real quick and then bring them their food.
Cigarettes in the car on the way over.
No, I don't bring
Gross.
water when I go to the bathroom with anything I'm drinking. I never bring. If I'm chewing gum when I go to the bathroom, I spit it out because I don't want any particles in my mouth.
You've always been pretty adamant about that.
Oh, so
I'm
gross.
so glad you played that for us because now we're all going to
That's
save
a life
money
changer.
by not going to
Exactly.
use
We're going to have to start making food now, Peyton.
I posted it on Instagram, or I posted it on my Facebook because I wanted to see if people would respond. And then we could do a whole thing of like, what's a good thing? What's your delivery food experience? What's your nightmare?
I mean,
can you prove someone's eating your food?
It's just horrifying that the customer has no idea, and there's no way that they would contact them to let them know that their food's been through the potty.
Yeah, or like maybe you go something like, you saw it but didn't report it. And what was it? You know what I mean? Like, you saw the guy go into the bathroom, but you didn't report it. Or,
I know.
Or something like that. I don't know.
877-937-1047, but I'm not going to use any of those services. Like when my son Dutch, he's home alone and he goes and he has DoorDash bring Taco Bell. I'm like, go to freaking Taco Bell. Get in the car. You have a car. We gave you a car. Drive to Taco Bell. My son, Jake, he lives down the street from Chipotle, but he's playing video games, so he has Chipotle deliver it. Get your ass over to Chipotle.
Right. Well, so like tonight, my kids both have flag football and like their games are kind of really spread out. So we're like in between, we have like an hour where they're going to need to eat dinner. So we were actually thinking of getting like DoorDash to the field. And now I'm like, someone's going to leave. But because there's no parking, we didn't want to leave because if we leave, there's going to be nowhere to park on the way back to get to the next game. But now we will just walk.
Pick it up on the way.
For sure.
It's just Friday, you guys.
It's Friday, and John just got a game for you.
Remember last week during the game, I sang La Bamba?
Yes.
Right? Little mariachi music. Una poca de gracia pa' mi partida, y arriba, y arriba.
Wow.
Ay, arriba, y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Yo no soy marinero. Take it. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba.
Kyle on the harmony.
Bamba, bamba.
Okay, you got your work
Para bailar la bamba. Well, I found a bunch of mariachi songs. I found a bunch of songs that are popular songs from back in the day, some kind of semi-current, but they're all done with a mariachi band.
Sounds amazing.
So my thought was I'm going to go around the room and see if you guys can guess what songs these are.
Okay.
All
If you
right.
had to give us like a hard, easy, medium, where are we at?
Okay, some of these are hard, some of these are easy, and some of these are medium.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
All right? Like, if I go around the room first, let me just start with Kyle. I think if you give it a shot, listen.
Oh, I know this.
The Queen song, just killed a man, kids his head for the treasure. I don't know, is that Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes!
Hey, all right.
Beautiful.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Rich.
Sweet child of mine.
What's
Beautiful.
that?
Beautiful. Sweet child of mine.
Yes.
Oh, mine.
That's right.
This is beautiful.
Okay. Peyton, this is for you. Let's see how good you are at mariachi music.
That song. Oh, September. Do you remember? I don't know the words.
You know what? This is really hard. This is like the mariachi version of like Bridgerton. Like,
That's funny.
I like listening to the vocals. I think the vocals are hilarious. Some of them. Okay, Kyle, this is for you. This one is very difficult. Wait, listen to the words for a second.
Somebody that I used to know.
Yes, yes, very good. Okay, Rich, this is for you.
I may prefer this version now. That would be Eye of the Tiger.
That's right. Peyton, this is you. What do you think it is?
Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call?
All right, Kyle. What's this one? What do you think it is?
Sit up all night?
Well, who sings it? Who sings it? What's it called?
It's called Up All Night. No? Stop. I know that song. What?
I just played the name of the song. Get Lucky.
Get Lucky?
Daft Punk. So it's just a fun little mariachi game.
It's Friday and John just got a game for you.
We don't just repeat, we three-peat.
Let's go.
Arizona's favorite morning show 3 years running.
Are you ready?
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Kathy, hi. What's going on? You're on the air.
Hi. Oh, I have a crazy story about my mom who hurt herself. It's a little bit long. A little bit of backstory. It was back in April of 2017. I was on the phone with her. I lived in a different state. And she, as we're getting ready to hang up, she said, okay, I'm going to go make some eggs for breakfast. It was early in the morning. And she's 80 years old at this time. I said, okay, bye, Mom. Hung up. Next thing you know, I tried calling again on Thursday, and she didn't answer. But that wasn't uncommon because she just never would click over. Remember the old-fashioned call waiting on the landlines? You know, she would never click over, so I let it ring. I thought nothing of it. I was home with 3 kids, a busy mom. On Sunday, so that's on Thursday. She doesn't answer. Saturday, same thing. She doesn't answer. On Sunday, my brother calls. Now, he lives an hour from her up in Michigan where she lives. And he said, Kathy, I'm here with Mom. I'm at Mom's house. She's fallen and broke her hip. You know, I think we think she's broken her hip. The crazy story is when I spoke with her on Tuesday, she said to me, I'm going to make some eggs. We hung up the phone, or she hung up with me. On her way into the kitchen, she grabbed her eggs. She still had her phone with her. She grabbed the eggs out of the refrigerator, dropped an egg, and continued to go toward the sink to get something to wipe it up with. On the way, though, she started the stove and started cooking her eggs. And she started cooking the eggs, grabbed the paper towel or whatnot to clean up the broken egg out of the refrigerator, and she wiped it up, and then she went to continue to hang up the phone. She hung up the phone. On the way back in, she did not wipe up all of the egg. She slipped and falls and breaks her hip, and she can't get back up.
Oh, poor
so now
thing.
she has the stove is going.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I know it's getting too long. Okay. I know that. I don't know if you were still there, to be honest with you.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
made that really hard to follow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, Mom fell. She broke her hip. She cannot get to the stove where she started cooking her eggs, and yet she hung up the phone with me. The phone is in the other room. She can't get to the phone, and she's laying in the middle of them, and she doesn't know which way to go. Can she drag herself to the phone to call for help, or can she drag herself to the stove to turn off the oven, to turn off the eggs that are cooking? She decides to turn off the stovetop. This is the whole kicker. She's laying there. This is on Tuesday. Wednesday, she's still laying. Thursday, still laying. I kid you not. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it happened to be Easter Sunday. And that's when my brother showed up. What we didn't know was that he had been out a week. I did not know this. He was out of the town. He was in Mexico for work. The neighbor lady who normally looks after my mom or kind of comes over and checks on her, she did not communicate with my brother that she also was going out of town for Easter. So they were both gone. Anyways, the ambulance shows up on Easter Sunday. she's there. They take her to the hospital, and she has a broken hip. Had to get a major surgery, have the rod put in, the screws put in, everything done. So, yeah, that was my crazy story.
At least she had fresh eggs to eat.
Laying there for 5 days.
Is your mom still around?
She did.
Is she still around?
She's no longer around. No, but she lived with that. Do you know, she laid from Tuesday to Sunday, she lay there 5-6 days, 24/7, just laying there, listening to Judge Judy blaring on the TV, and she was going to lose her mind. But she was able to wrap herself up in a rug that had laid there kind of threw a throw rug over her.
So
and,
sad.
you know, from shivering, though, it was really sad. She kind of got burn marks on her shoulders and her ankles.
Oh, your poor mama.
Yeah, and but God bless her, she was laughing and smiling. You know, after like 5-6 days, she was still okay. But my brother actually was investigated to make sure she didn't hurt her or cause any harm because of those little burn marks. And she, thank goodness, was lucid and was like, oh my gosh, no. But, you know, as the ambulance was taking her away, she was saying, please, can you get out the birthday card from the top drawer? I mean, this lady's in her 80s, and she's remembering that it was her grandson's birthday the following week. And I want to sign the card and write the birthday card to him. But you can go 5 or 6 days without any food or water. Like, it was crazy that she was still in the at the hospital. When I bent down, I said, Mom, how did you know that something? What was your game plan? Were you just going to lay there the whole time? And she said, I knew it was Easter Sunday. I knew your brother would come. He was a favorite child. She knew that Jim would rescue her. You know,
She is risen on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, yes, she really she did. She had
the eggs aren't lost on us.
Literally from the floor.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah, that's true. That's a good. I never thought of that. That's funny.
That's kind of what I do here.
So, it was good.
Jesus jokes.
Oh, I love it. I love you guys so much. I really enjoy. Hey, I've listened to you for years and years and years. We're a military family. We move all around. I actually live in Virginia now, and I'm so glad that I can still listen to you on the podcast. So thanks a lot.
Very much. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that story. God bless your mom.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
In the eternal battle of morning show supremacy, we are one of them. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.